Barbell hip thrust. Let me show you guys a couple reps and then we'll break down all the different kinds. All right, so a couple things. We're gonna break it down into our feet, talk about our hips, and then talk about our head and neck position. So with our feet, the whole time I'm doing these, pretend I have the barbell up here, but with our feet, a couple things we wanna look at. When we're doing our hip thrust, we wanna try to get a 90-degree angle with our legs at the top of the rep, okay? So what I mean by that is if my feet are too far out from me and I perform a hip thrust, I'm gonna feel it primarily in my hamstrings, and if my feet are too close to me and I'm up, I'm gonna feel it a lot in my quads. So we wanna find that sweet spot, which is typically 90 degrees for most people, where when I'm in this full extension here, I feel it primarily in my glutes, not my hamstrings and not my quads. So when you're doing these, ask yourself, do you feel it on the top of your legs? If so, scoot your feet out a little bit. Do you feel it in the bottom of your legs or the back side of your legs? If you do, then scoot your feet in a little bit until you find that sweet spot where you feel it right in your glutes at the top of the rep, okay? So now, moving up to our hips. With the hip thrust, when we are at the top of the rep, we do not want to be so high that we're almost making like an arch in our back or overextending or hyperextending our back. We want to get it so that our body is parallel to the ground, okay? If I'm too high up, you're gonna risk injuring the lower part of your back there. And if I'm too low, right here, you're not getting all the benefits because my glutes still have a lot of contracting they could do. So you want to bring your hips up to this parallel position so that your glutes are fully squeezed, fully locked out, but you're not so high that you're hurting and hyperextending your lower back, okay? So we're trying to get, again, that parallel position right there. Then, moving up to our head and our neck position, this is kind of tied into overextending our back because if I take my head and I'm looking up or I'm looking behind me as I hip thrust, it's very easy for my back to hyperextend or overextend. Okay, so what you want to do is have your chin tucked and almost be looking down through your legs, through your knees, straight in front of you, so that if you watch, everything from my sternum down moves, but my sternum up doesn't move at all. So we're here. So my chin's tucked, I'm looking down through my legs, and just from my sternum down is moving. If I were to shoot my head back or be looking up or behind me or anywhere beside in front of me, you can see how it's easy for my body to overextend itself, okay? So again, a couple reps right here, focusing on our feet first, find that 90-degree position. When we go up, getting parallel, and then keeping my chin tucked, looking down through my legs. Boom. And that's your barbell hip thrust. For all the variations of it, watch the other videos that have it labeled, whether you're doing tempo, quarter rep, half rep, all the other variations we'll have other videos for.